Greetings everybody, my name is Liu and today we are going to talk about the Berserker line, the red line of champions. For champions, you want to have melee critical chance. Brutal Strikes is going to be one of your highest damaging skills for red line. Wild attack damage also increases your critical chance by 5% when you critical hit using wild attack. Attack duration, it makes you attack faster. Strike skill critical chance, higher critical chance. Higher critical multiplier. This is your bread and butter of your champion. A lot of your champion damage comes from the bleed. Every time you strike, you have a chance to increase your damage for strike skills by 10%. Ferocious Strikes, also one of your highest damaging skills on a red line champion. Merciful Strike. Merciful Strike always critical hits at max rank. And now you're able to use Merciful Strike at 80% of the mouse morale. A bit similar to a Hunter's Merciful Shot, actually. Controlled Burn gives you increase to melee damage half of the time. It also increases your attack speed. Reduced Sprint also gives you a stun for the first attack after you sprint. Killing Spree. Every time you kill something, you restore 10% of your max morale. Weapon Master. This is why in red line you want to use a two-handed sword. When you're wielding a single weapon, that means two-hander, you have increased attack speed. It also increases your critical damage. Champion's Duel increases your melee damage and also decrease your opponent's damage. This is also one of the only skill that can reduce target run speed on any boss. Battle Frenzy increases your physical mastery and also increases your fervor. I want to have enough might to go to the next part of Battle Frenzy. Blade Wall's damage is not too bad, but it's not ideal. I'm going to have Raging Blade just in case I need to use it on certain AoE mobs. I put a few points in these skills just so I can get the next part of the Ardent Rage. Now your Battle Frenzy will restore 1 fervor every second for 10 seconds. And guess what? Your Battle Frenzy has also reduced cooldown. So now your Battle Frenzy is going to give you full fervor of 5, and also you're able to cast it every 10 seconds. None of these skills are really that good, except maybe the finesse, but I have better things to use my points on. For example, Second Wind. You want to have some source of power regen. I put 1 point in the vitality increase just so I can have 783 vitality. That's more than 1 essence worth. I put a few points in the aggressive exchange for the debuff, and that gives me just enough point to have the sweeping riposte. The reason I use sweeping riposte is because it is immediate skill, which means you can actually use it as an animation cancel. You can use Brutal Strike, and while the animation is going on, you use Sweeping Riposte, or you can use Clobber to reduce the animation. That finishes my champion red line trait.